What is up, everyone? Welcome back to your daily dose of Heroes of the Storm. My name is Saren Death, and today we are playing Anub'arak. Let's get into a game.
For the frozen throne!
Alright, today we find ourselves in the Sky Temple. My team, Sergeant Hammer, Anub'arak, Chen, Azmodan, Karazim, versus Sergeant Hammer, Tassadar, Zeratul, Illidan, and Johanna. Okay, today we are going to be going a full-on beetle build. And with that, we're going to be taking Assault Scarab as our first talent. Now, if you do not want to go full-on beetle build, but you still want to play with some beetles, you could definitely take Regeneration Master at this first talent tier, but you need to collect the globes. I just prefer having the Assault Scarabs there, dealing more damage from the spawned beetlers by 25%. Alright, our abilities. Q is called Impale. This is a skill shot that sends out a wave of spikes that will pop up and deal damage to anybody that they hit. Our W is called Hardened Carapace. I see you over there. Hardened Carapace is going to give us a small shield. Oh. I missed. Can you get away? Live! Good. Whew. That was close. Oh, and Chen went down. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I'm missing lots of skill shots today. Hopefully I'll get a little bit better. Our W is called Hardened Carapace. This is going to give us a shield. The shield will obviously go up as we level up. So very, very nice sustainability in lane. Gives us some shielding when we jump in against the enemy, which is always good. E is called Burrow Charge. This is going to basically allow us to burrow under the ground at an enemy, becoming unstoppable, essentially. We're going to go ahead and tap before this thing comes up. And we can hit E again, or we can let the timer run out, and then we'll pop up. So I think that I'm going to help him take down this big guy, then I'm going to go mid. Alright, these beetles should hopefully help out here. Get lots of beetles out there. I saw... Let's get on this Zeratul. Illidan now? There we go. You will learn. Alright, Hammer is over there. Good, we did get the last few shots here. At this talent tier, we are taking Legion of Beetles. As long as... I have no mana. I have no mana to escape. Yep. Alright, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. All of them were so very low. So very low. Alright. So Legion of Beetles, every 8 seconds a beetle is going to spawn automatically. We can toggle this off by hitting the Scarab Host button that comes with your extra action buttons up here. Alright. Our trait is called Scarab Host. This is going to, whenever we activate an ability, spawn a Scarab. Pretty nice ability. This sort of makes you have literally a Legion of Beetles at some points in time. Alright. Clear up this wave. These beetles will deal a significant amount of damage, and what's nice is they have improved AI, so they will... Alright, I'm just going to tap. There we go. They will go out in lane if there's nothing else to fight. head down to the bottom lane as well. We are coming. He's gone. Alright, at this talent tier we are taking Leeching Scarabs. Our Scarabs now going to heal for 50% of the damage that they deal. There we go. Got that kill out there. Yes, Illidan, I'm okay fighting you now. Oh no, now I'm not. Now I have no mana. I need to get some health back here. I'm going to let my Scarabs do their job. I am very low on mana though. I need to back out completely. I feel like I'm not getting any heals here. I wonder if our monk went... Nope, he went... He did go healing for his main talent, but then he didn't take any other healing talents. That's alright. It's alright. We should have some pretty decent sustain with this build now that we have our Leeching Scarabs. We were just out of mana going down there. We were in a bad spot, so... It is very okay. Very okay. Alright, we need to catch back up in experience. We took down quite a bit there with that. All right. Make them pay. All right. Now, one thing that's nice about these Scarabs is you are pretty good at capturing merc camps with them. They do a pretty good amount of damage. And as long as you don't lag out when you're using your barrel charge, you won't do anything crazy like accidentally go through the camp. Okay, at this talent tier, we are going to be taking Locust Swarm. There is a Zeratul right in the area. He is not 10 yet. Man, once again, we are out of mana. Nothing? Alright. Well... We need to back out completely. Alright, temples are respawning. Oh no. I had no health. I could not do anything. Alright, well we stuck around way too long. You know what? I'm just gonna go up here to this temple. They can have the bottom one. There's no point in us throwing all of our lives away for that. I'm just going to get this middle one here. Alright. Have our Scarabs help us out. Here comes the Illidan. Alright, we got our Locust Swarm out there. These guys are going to deal some damage and heal us. Alright. Looks like we are going to be pushing here. So, Locust Swarm is a fantastic area effect aura that you gain that's going to deal a bunch of damage, and it's going to heal you 28 health in that lasts 8 seconds. It is really, really great. Yeah, might as well take this since we're here. We've already done most of the work on it. Alright, good job. Trying to body block him a bit here. Nope. I need to get out of here. Alright, at this talent tier we are taking Burning Rage. Our rage is going to burn. Jump to me! Jump to me! Jump to me! There we go. My scarabs should slow the enemy down. You want to stay within range so that way the monk can jump to you every single time. So you guys can just run. I'm just going to go ahead and back completely. I could tap and then go back out, but I really want full mana. I really want full health. Hopefully my team does not full-on engage. That being said, that we saw that Illidan was top. So we had a pretty rough start, but we're doing alright now. We're doing alright. Our team is starting to come together. We do have an Azmodan who takes a little bit to build up. I'm curious if he went the dunk build. He did, in fact, go the dunk build. We're just going to send out some scarabs here. Let him push this lane. 10 seconds. The enemy is coming up over here. Assist me. Alright, we're going to turn off our scarabs. That way we can hide a bit. Now, I don't want to be up there. I don't want to take unnecessary damage. Alright, we're going to turn that scarab host back on. I'm going to jump in the back line here. Hit this hammer up. There we go. Get that locust swarm going. It's going to heal us and sustain us. Now we're going to play front line for our team. Alright, healer did just go down, but we did get the Zeratul. Trying to get the Illidan. Illidan down. Alright. That was a little crazy. The hammer sitting in the back line would have dealt us way too much damage if we just let her back there. So I jumped back. I did what I do is I hard engage, right? That's where Anub'arak shines. He hard engages on the enemy, and he just gets in their face. Now, early on, you're a little squishy, so be careful with that until you get your leeching scarabs. After that, you start to deal a lot of damage, and you're going to start to sustain. Use that scarab swarm to really, take care of the enemy. Get that health out there, and you do a lot of damage too. At this down here, we're taking blood for blood. This is going to allow us to deal with Johanna a little bit better. Blood for blood, you deal 10% of the target's maximum life and damage. There we go. Slippery beetle. That's what I am. I'm a slippery beetle. Alright, we're just going to tap this time because we have a lot of mana and we have our health will regenerate. I'm going to go down here. This is a little risky. I know the enemy is nearby. I'm not going to start this yet. I wanted to wait for my team to get here. Locust Swarm has a 100-second cooldown, so you should have it for most of the fights. I don't think we should chase that far. You should have it for most of your team fights. If I missed any talents along the way just because of insanity. Alright, Zeratul did go down. Alright, I will go over them again at the end. I don't think we're going to be able to kill Tassadar. He's slipperier than, there we go. Waiting for him to pop up. Okay, not bad. So, we should probably take boss. They're down 2. We have the advantage. We should go boss. Just going to activate our abilities, get these scarabs out there. Trying to get stunned. Temples are spawning up. This is actually pretty good timing on our part. Just so happened that we got a series of temples, and they're gonna have a boss to deal with. Lots of things to contend with. All right. So I think Hammer and I could probably handle. Now another really great talent to take for your heroic is Web Wrap. And the reason web wrap is pretty good is because web wrap, it allows you to lock down a very specific person. Basically what happens is you wrap them up in a web for a few seconds, and the only way they can get out before the time expires is to have their friends destroy that web. So you're able to do a significant amount of lockdown with that. So if like we were worried about the Johanna being a problem or the Sergeant Hammer being a problem, we could lock them down. The only problem with web wrap is it can be destroyed. So if you don't get it, or if the enemy destroys it, well, then it doesn't matter. Every time. Alright, we can take this mercenary camp. As long as the people on the top survive, which it looks like they are going to be able to get behind. Go Beetles! Sustain for me! Alright, so they're pushing in. I don't know if we should be pushing as well. We are down 1 for 51 seconds. I don't think we're going to be able to defend the fort if they're all pushing in. We're going to try, though. Alright, we're getting that Scarab Swarm out there. We're just trying to body block her as much as possible. Getting that big booty in the way. At this talent tier, we are taking Hive Master. Hive Master. So basically what this is going to do is, you can see him flying around. We are going to have a permanent, what is it called? Vampire Locust. How cool is that? Vampire Locust that is going to basically be dealing damage and draining the enemy's life. I 100% agree. I am on my way. Let's take this core down. Let's win the game. Now, unfortunately, these Scarabs will not... Okay. Oh no. I'm coming, Hammer. So the Hive Master basically gives me a Vampire Locust that will... You know what? We can just win the game by getting a... We just need one. Just need one. So like I was saying, the Hive Master is going to give us a permanent Vampire Lotus. It's going to fly around, deal a bunch of damage, and heal us every time it attacks. Now here's what's really nice. I believe it does damage every second too. Every 3 seconds. There we go. Reading comprehension for the win. Okay, that's doing way too much damage to me. Just gonna come up top. And that's GG. That's GG. So I was saying, the Vampire Locust, if you didn't want to take that, you can take Hardened Carapace at that talent tier, which will allow you to get a shield. Pretty nice, hefty shield for a few seconds. Or if you really wanted to, I believe you can still take Rewind. I'm going to double check that. But Rewind used to be pretty fun on him. You could have lots and lots and lots and lots of Beetles out. Okay, really quick, here are the stats. My one death at the very beginning when I ran out of mana. Anub'arak is very slippery. He is kind of squishy at the very beginning until you start getting more of those Beetles out there. Then the Beetles start swarming the enemy, just giving you tons of health back. Every 8 seconds, you're spawning an extra one, and every time you activate an ability, you're spawning them. So that could be 4 Scarabs out at one point in time. That is a lot of health being gained and a lot of damage going out on the enemy. Not to mention you have a shield, knock-ups, stuns, all that stuff. So he's really, really good at diving in there and getting into that back line. Now, keep in mind that if you do not have support when you dive in, it could mean a death sentence even if you have your Locust Swarm up. Just keep that in mind. Here are the talents we chose this time. Assault Scarabs at 1 gives your Beetles 25% more damage. Now, if you didn't like this, you could take Regen Master. Regen Master works very well with him as well. Allows you a lot of sustain when you're not in combat and taking that damage, or even if you are. You regenerate health no matter what. At 4, Legion of Beetles. Every 8 seconds, you spawn an extra Beetle. This is just fun. It's just fun. More Beetles is more fun. That's all I have to say about that. At 7, we take Leeching Scarabs. This is where his real sustain starts to come into play. Your beetles are going to heal you 50% how much damage they deal. This actually goes very well with the first talent tier where they deal 25% more damage. And at 10, we take Locust Swarm. Now, you deal a bunch of damage in an area around you, and each enemy damaged heals you for 10 health. Now, here's the thing. Or heals you for an amount of health. 10 is just whatever it is at 1. It's what the default shows you. Now, here's the thing. If you are diving into the enemy team and there's 5 of them around, you are going to heal for a boatload of damage. But if the enemy is split up, you're not going to be healing all that much. So if they have a lot of ranged and you dive into whatever is their front line, if it's only a tank, then you may just get blown up immediately because you're not going to be generating that much health. So keep that in mind whenever you're popping this and whenever you are diving into the enemy. That being said, you saw when I jumped into the back line with the Sergeant Hammer back there, I took a lot of damage, but the Locust Swarm kept me alive. And it's a very strong heroic and a very strong talent for him specifically in the builds that I'm building and showing you here. Going with that whole idea of diving into a massive enemies, we're Burning Rage at 13. This is going to deal 10 damage per second to nearby enemies. Now, again, the damage number will go up as you level up. So at 13, it's going to deal a lot of damage in an area around you. This goes very well with Locust Swarm. 16, we went Blood for Blood. Deal 10% of the target's maximum life and damage and heal twice that back. This just gives him even more sustain and allows him to take down those beefier targets like Johanna and things like that. And at 20, you have multiple choices, but we took Hive Master this time just because it's fun to have a Vampire Locust fly around you, deal damage every 3 seconds, and heal you. Now, here are some variations in talents you could definitely go with. At 1, like I said, Regen Master is pretty good. 4 and 7, I would pretty much just stick with Legion of Beetles and Leeching Scarabs. At 10, like I said, Cocoon or Web Wrap, as it's been referred to many times. Web Wrap allows you to lock somebody down for 8 seconds, but they can be kicked out of it. They can be dealt damage to be taken out. Now, if I remember specifically, you have to attack the Cocoon itself, the Web Wrap. If you do not attack it and you're just using area effect, I don't think it destroys it, but do not take my word for that. I have not tested it in a while. That being said, I almost always go Locust Swarm just because I like to dive into the enemy and I like to get all that healing. At 13, we took Burning Rage, but you could also take Chitinous Plating where you increase the amount of your shield by 40%. The other two, Spell Shield's alright, but Symbiotic Armor, I would not worry about taking that. Your Beetles don't last long enough for this to be really worth it. Chitinous Plating I've used in the past quite a bit just because I like the extra shield. But I wasn't dying all that much, and the few times that I would have died, I was able to escape with my Burrow Charge. So I like the Burning Rage. Extra damage is always good. 16, Blood for Blood, fantastic. But you could also go Imposing Presence. Now, Imposing Presence is a fantastic talent to take. Enemies that attack you have their attacks slowed by 40%. Now, here's the problem with Imposing Presence. Imposing Presence now works that if the enemy attacks you, their attacks reduced. But the second they get off of you and attack somebody else, their attacks return back to normal speed. So this is only effective if the enemy is attacking you specifically. So if there's like a Rainer and the Rainer can only hit you, so he's only attacking you, that's a lot less damage you're going to take. You could also go Beetles get stronger by killing enemies. I personally don't think this is a good talent. Your Beetles don't last long enough, and they're usually not going to get a kill, so I wouldn't even worry about this. Honestly, your two choices are between Imposing Presence and Blood for Blood, whichever you need. And then at 20, pretty much any one of these is great. You have Hive Master, Hardened Shield if you want it. Even Rewind's fun. Like I said with Rewind, 60-second cooldown resets the cooldown of all your basic abilities. So you could Burrow Charge, Shield, Impale, Rewind, Impale, Shield, Burrow Charge, and then that would be like 7 Beetles out there. I mean, it'd just be crazy. It'd be insane. I've done this before, and it is hilarious seeing like an army of Beetles around you, and then you pop Locust Swarm, you're just like, what's up? What's up? Can't kill me. Can't kill me. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I like Anub'arak. I really do. I know that he's kind of fallen out, and you don't see him played nearly as much because Leoric and Johanna are so prevalent because they have lots of wave clear and things like that. But he's so fun. He's just so fun to play. I always have a blast playing him. But like I said, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you all later.